Russia outlines the conditions for Ukraine's ceasefire deal. This is just in as news. They say Trump has to head the negotiations. Russian President Vladimir Putin is open to discussing a ceasefire deal with Ukraine once U.S. President-elect Donald Trump takes office in January. 5 current and former Russian officials told Reuters on Wednesday. This is the first detailed reporting of what the Russian leader is willing to accept to end the 1,001-day conflict. Russian President Vladimir Putin open to discussing once Trump takes office. I guess that's good news. That probably means that Russia will not do anything having to do with nuclear conflict. Putin has more than once, or more precisely, constantly stated that he is ready for contacts and negotiations. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov confirmed on Wednesday. According to Moscow's state-run TASS news agency, the Kremlin appears interested in freezing the conflict along current battle lines, though 3 sources told Reuters that there may be room for negotiations over how the Russian-occupied Donetsk, Lugansk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson regions of Ukraine are distributed. 2 officials added that Moscow may also be open to withdrawing from small areas within the Kharkov and Mykolaiv regions. Under no circumstances does Russia appear willing to give up Crimea, which its forces seized in 2014. As of Wednesday, Russia controlled 18% of Ukraine, including all of Crimea, 80% of the Donbass, and more than 70% of Zaporizhia and Kherson regions. Ukraine holds around 250 square miles of Russia's Kursk. Among Moscow's other conditions, the Russian officials told Reuters that Putin would require Kiev to abandon its efforts to join NATO, remove all NATO troops from Ukrainian soil, and withdraw all Ukrainian forces from Russian-claimed territory. If there's no neutrality, it's difficult to imagine the existence of any good neighborly relations between Russia and Ukraine, Putin said on November 7, adding that a short-lived truce could allow the West to rearm Kiev. The officials who spoke to Reuters said that the Kremlin may also ask Ukraine to limit the size of its armed forces and not restrict the use of Russian language. Under Ukraine's constitution, the free use of Russian and other minority languages is already guaranteed. Ukrainian President Zelensky remained adamant on Tuesday that Kiev will not make any concessions on its territory or its sovereignty. He has previously argued for the removal of every Russian troop from Ukraine's land, based on the borders that it secured after the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991, and he maintains that the best path for peace in Ukraine is joining NATO. The alliance has expressed similar interest in Kiev's future membership. Trump has vowed to swiftly end the war when he takes office, though he has not provided specifics of how he will do so. Some experts have suggested that the outgoing Biden administration decision to allow Ukraine to fire U.S.-supplied long-range Army tactical missile systems deep into Russia could complicate negotiations. Putin has already said that freezing the conflict will not work in any way, and the missile authorization is a very dangerous escalation on the part of the United States, Peskov said. Kiev's spy agency accused Russia on Wednesday of trying to sow panic by falsely warning of a massive looming missile and drone strike. Threats of a significant air attack forced the U.S., Italian, and Greek embassies in Kiev to temporarily close their doors on Wednesday, as Russian Foreign Intelligence Chief Sergei Naryshkin said Moscow would retaliate against NATO members that facilitate long-range strikes into Russian territory. And this is on DNYUZ by Foreign Policy. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.